welcome back to the Why Not Us podcast with your co-hosts Seneca and Rahmere. We are back again.
Back at it again.
Yes. Thank you for continuing to come back to join our podcast every other Wednesday.
Come on now.
And we've been appreciating like all the reception and the love and just everything that you guys been giving. We've been feeling it.
It felt good.
Right.
It felt good.
Yeah.
Just
and
the like you said, just to reiterate the reception, just
yes.
the comments.
Yeah.
Just people just clicking and watching. You ain't gotta listen to the whole podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the fact that you taking your time out in the day, just want to chill with us a little bit, just think about some things, get some inspiration, or just think about a different opinion. I think that's super cool. You could be anywhere, but you're right here.
Yes.
Come on now.
We
I
are
appreciate
on the
that.
same wave.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so we're going to dive into some things, a lot of, different topics that we always cover for you guys. So first, we want to check in on each other.
Yeah.
So how are you today? What are some of your highs and lows?
Oh man, my highs and lows, my lows and highs. My highs and lows, lows and highs. My low is I've been feeling kind of procrastinating. Don't tell nobody.
Okay. Well,
I've been feeling kind of procrastinating to where like I've been having ideas, or I've been having like I have one particular idea that's been in my head that I started to do, and then like I dropped it. And like I have to pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just have to pick it back up. I think the execution of it would be so fire.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to do it. I just feel like I'm in editing debt. I just feel like it's a lot of projects and stuff that I have to put together and edit, and I just got to do it. Like the only way out is through. Like
That's
literally.
right.
So I just been feeling kind of like procrastinating, but like I know how to get out of it. Just gotta do it. So my high this week, I have one. I definitely have one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, man. I was about to say, yo, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Just a reminder to yourself, like, yo, like that actually really happened.
Yeah, actually really
But like, my high is, I just feel like it's a lot of content going around. It's a lot of things to watch. It's a lot of people to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people just like coming up and just like doing their thing.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just saying like, even the other day I'm on Twitch and it's just like a lot of people are like streaming and just like they're getting into that summertime vibe, kind of like it's getting warm. Everybody just starting to get into their path and their where they at.
Yeah.
So I see it as it's a lot of like inspiration. It's a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, people to watch and gleam off of, and just like, or even like somebody to put on while I edit and get on my procrastinating.
Hey,
so like whatever.
That.
So it's a lot of things to pay attention to right now. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. So for me, my low has been, you ever like intended to do something and you I guess it goes hand in hand with
I was about to say, that's what that sounds like.
Yeah, so I kind of been kicking myself in the foot because it was a project that I wanted to work on last month, and I didn't get to do it, so I've been kicking my self in the foot. But it's been a low because it was like a certain intention, a certain reason, because the month was so important and surrounding a certain thing, for Women's History Month, and that's what I wanted to do. But it's okay because I'm turning that low into a high, and still doing it anyways. I think how you're saying, I just do it. Mm-hmm. Also, the theme for my year has been just do it anyways. Even if it's, something that you didn't, it didn't turn out right, or you got to do it again or whatever, just do it anyways. So that's been my low, but I'm just continuing to do it anyways, continue to put it out, and just do it.
I love that because it's just kind of like these guidelines and deadlines that we give ourselves is only what we give ourselves, especially knowing you. No one, maybe not a lot of people knew like your idea. Mm-hmm. So there's no one who would be like, hey, Sen, like, what was that project? It's really just you. Yeah. So it really can come out anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like we've learned that a lot with New Chronicles is like, we've had projects that we wanted to come out to coincide a certain event, a certain vibe, or like, all right, like maybe a love poem or a love film during Valentine's Day. So we actually wanted I Want You to drop on Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we did.
Because we was like, all right, so like a love kind of intertwined, whatever. But
didn't you put the trailer? I feel
the trailer came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
we did want the release date on Valentine's Day, but the trailer came out on Valentine's Day. So it's like these guidelines or dates we give ourselves is really just arbitrary because we give it to ourselves.
This is true.
When we can move it ourselves, like sure, you feel like it'd be the perfect storm.
Yeah.
But also, it can not be.
This is true.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I like that. I like that. No. You're still trying to push into it.
Exactly. So also within that, my high has been just kind of getting into, a lot of, I feel like as humans, we get back and we come back and we get back and we lose it just into, our health and well-being. So I've been, kind of in my health journey and, kind of wellness journey and kind of eating clean. And sometimes you have your cheat days, but all around trying to eat clean. So I'm really proud of myself and, my support system who's like been, with me. We've been just eating clean for like 3 months. I swear I've been eating like a bunny rabbit for like 3 months. I promise.
Well, I literally see like a bunny rabbit.
No, and then coincide with just water and lemon and cucumber, just nothing but that. So consistency and discipline is so important in life. So that has been my high. That I've been, for the most part, disciplined and hard on myself. And if I'm in a grocery store, like literally was in the grocery store yesterday and was like, oh, I want ice cream. Nope. Let's get something healthy. So it's like that discipline takes a lot. So that's been my high. I've been pretty proud of myself.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's really good. That's really good.
Thanks. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and delve into the icon and the eye.
Come on now.
So who's your icon in the eye for this week?
This week, my icon in the eye, someone I want to shout out. They've been doing their thing for quite a while, actually. I think my shout out to her is long overdue.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Janae Middleton.
Okay.
This is somebody that I've met around like the college age of life. And just recently, she's been on her like creative renaissance, like to where it's like, she might drop some songs, right? But then also she has a podcast, and I look at like the production of it, and the production of it is very high, and the different camera angles and the audio. I'm like looking at that aspect too, and I'm like, man, like this is actually fire. It's actually cool to actually know somebody and then like already grinding, and it's kind of like they just went into another gear and just like, take off and do their thing. But like, shout out to her, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing, and just keep going. Shout out to you, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, shout out to you. Sure. So for me this week, the icon of the eye for me is actually a YouTube channel, and they're called Sin Pals. So like, they're
your friends?
No, like like cinematic or like cinema.
Oh, wait.
So yeah,
sound familiar.
I watch them. I'm completely obsessed with them at this point. And they're themselves. They actually have a production company themselves. So what they do is, they watch movies, and the movies are like regular movies, hour, 2 hour, whatever, and they react to it. And it's different from, to me, reaction channels, people who just watching videos or watching, because they do the production behind the scenes, and then they give their thoughts and their opinions, but it's so meticulous and it's so thought-provoking, and they have a bunch of fun with it. Furthermore, what I like, they're mainly white people who, that are their new thing that they've been reacting to is a bunch of black cinema films.
Oh, that's cool.
And I appreciate that so much. And it's not like a black or white thing, but it's, kind of breaking the mold of what you kind of...
What you're exposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that they've been watching a bunch of Medea movies and a bunch of Barbershop, or all these sort of, movies that we've grown up watching Friday. And it's really cool to see from their eyes how they see it and how they view it. So shout out to them. You could tell that they're super creative. They know what they're talking about. Majority of the time you'll see two guys, but sometimes they'll switch off and do a guy and a girl, and they're all a production company. So shout out to them. I watch them all the time, and I like to see people's reactions, see how people like the lighting and the dialogue and the scenes of that nature. So all in all, shout out to you guys. You guys are doing a really great job and kind of introducing something new to the YouTube space.
That's cool. I would love to see like someone who's have never been exposed to Medea and Tyler Perry
Oh my gosh,
like
yes.
experience that for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
No, it's funny because then after they've seen like 3 movies at a point, they're familiar with the characters. Right, they're exactly.
This is the movies or the plays?
Both actually.
Okay, they locked
That's
in.
what I'm saying. They're like doing deep vaults
in.
into it. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and get into what we like to call our meat and potatoes, our main topic of today.
Come on now.
So would you like to tell everybody what we're talking about today?
So today, we have a problem.
What's our problem?
Today, we are talking about why is nothing new being made? Is there anything new to even make anymore? Is there, why, like, I'm just talking in my realm.
Right.
Oh, definitely like music and movies. Why is nothing being new, created new? I feel like everything is a homage, as a sample, a reboot, remake.
Yeah.
And we're like, where's the originality? Where's the, like, the sauce? Like, where's the people daring to be different, being bold, and like just like going out and just trying something completely new? Where's that at?
Off the scale.
Where's that at? So we really want to dive into that and just figure out what's the reason. You know, why is there? I feel like there's a lack of originality.
It's very much. Is it and is it so much of a lack of originality? Is it because people are like stuck in this nostalgia? Like torp or tornado also? Like, what is it? Like, you know, we want to know. I'm sure you want to know. I'm sure a lot of people, directors, a lot of producers, a lot of writers out there want to know, what is it?
I can tell you exactly why there's nothing new being made. And whether it comes to music, whether it comes to films, 1 word, 5 letters, 2 syllables, money. I just feel like I talk about this a lot, and I had this conversation with friends. It's like, think about a movie, a reboot. Great example, Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. You are a studio, right? And you know, obviously, this film has a budget of a certain amount of money, right? You want, as a studio, you want to make back that money and then add some, and then a lot more. That's a good win for you. You took a good risk, whatever. One guaranteed way to make back the money you spent on a film and then more is to play on what people seen already. It's a safe bet. As humans or as consumers, we're going to stick with what we know. How many people still wear the same shoe brands? How many people still wear the same clothes brands? Eat the same food. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stick with what you know. That's just what human nature is. So they're like, hey, consumers are also going to stick with what they know. Right. So let's instead of making a whole new IP, a whole new film, a whole new song, what we're going to do, we're going to cling on to what people know. We're going to make Freaky Friday. We're going to make Freakier Friday. We're going to make the same actress, both of them, and the people who've seen it all these years ago, of course you're going to go see it because like, oh, look, what Jamie Lee Curtis up to? Okay. Well, I'm saying, oh, okay. Lindsay. You know what I'm saying, I seen her at Herbie. Like, let's see her now. Whatever. You're going to do that off curiosity. Let me see that. You already going to have curiosity dollars. And then on top of that, it's a whole new audience is going to go see it too. That part. That is double your audience. That part. So obviously, that's the safe bet. As a studio, you're like, oh yeah, for sure. Let's go. Let's go ahead and do that reboot. Do that reboot. Because we're guaranteed to make our money back. Pretty much. Yeah. And if it's a flop, it's a flop. Hey, at least, you know what I'm saying? Now we know. That's how I feel. You have never lied. Money is the root of that. And we're not only talking about, because we're staying on the example of Freaky Friday. At this point, there are 3 Freaky Fridays. Because before that was a reboot? Yes. Before the movie we've grown up on, there was a latter movie of Freaky Friday. Do your research. If you know, you know. And it stuns me. Hilarious. Exactly. It stuns me because people are still stuck, and the word of the day for me is dichotomy. People are stuck in this dichotomy of
continuing to see the same like engine pull, and like you said, to bring in older generations, newer generations, to bring in now we're talking about people who are, fan crazy, who are Lindsay Lohan fan crazy, who are, whomever actress. We're bringing in stans and fans and kids and babies and people who do Twitch, or all of these different little realms that we see, reactioners. People, like, it's so many different things. Then we talk about the PR for stuff like that, right? How we get people to react to the movie, or then come to see the theater or whatever, the music, or view the music. So it's definitely money. I think it's definitely lack of just originality, wanting to stay stuck. I don't know. I think the industry doesn't want us to grow. I think the industry, like when I speak about the industry, I think I speak about Hollywood. Hollywood as a whole doesn't want to grow. I think if they did, there would be so many new things every day.
Yeah, I think
Hollywood does not want to change. Now, independent artists, we want to change all the time. We want to do different things all the time. But we don't, independent artists does, like, not really, for me personally, doesn't really get a lot of the shine. Hollywood gets so much of the shine. So if I'm getting the shine, I'm going to continue getting the shine on based on what I kept doing. If I'm making good money, if I'm keeping my actresses around, keeping my whomever's around, keeping busy, I'm not hiring new people.
Keeping the same people paid.
It makes me think of a lot of different people, a lot of different productions. It makes me think of like the Tyler Perrys in the world. It makes me think of
Happy Madison, Adam Sandler. He still sticks with the same kind of crew people.
It's just like, where is the growth? It's not only about the money, but it's like, do we as an industry want to grow? And what does that look like? And are they scared of the growth? Are they scared of the growth because they're scared of how it might change the climate? Because what if, okay, it is changed and we lose money? Oh, Hollywood doesn't like that. We can't lose money.
You can't have a flop. And yeah, like, you're right. I'm sitting here just thinking of other, like, movies that they do. Like, it's like, either if you look in the theaters now, it's either something that's based on a book, based on a video game, or a reboot or a remake. Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, how many video game movies is getting made, or just like based on a character? You have the Marios, you have your Sonics, you have Minecraft, you have like all these kind of like safe kind
things.
Of that already has an audience already, and it's like there's nobody really trying to dig and find a new audience with a whole new kind of like property of a film or a type of music. Dipping into music. Here you go, music hit. I got you.
Okay.
How many songs is a sample or interpolation of a previous song that that we've heard already?
Yes.
And it's kind of crazy because it'd be songs that are like not even that old. It came out 2-3 years ago, and now it's interpolated.
And that makes me upset.
And now it's interpolated, and now it's just like, all right, like, instead of just making something brand new, you're playing the safe route because there's already a pocket there. Yeah. There's already music heads who appreciate what Jagged Edge did, and now you're going like, oh, let me just do a little sample flip of Jagged Edge and put it in my song.
But it's weird because it feels like, and this is through every realm of category, that type of stuff is supposed to be sacred because it's supposed to, in a way, pay homage and pay respect to the thing that you're trying to do over, or you're trying to reintroduce to people. And it makes me feel like it's you're trying to like psych people out. I'm a person who loves nostalgia, and it makes me feel a lot of the times it makes me not appreciate a lot of the art because I know that they're doing it for that purpose only. For that, if I hear a rapper, if I hear a song, and I hear a sample, and a lot of times now it's so clear. The sample is so clear.
It's not even sneaky at all.
It's not even sneaky. So it makes me appreciate it less because I know they're not even appreciating even a speck of it. It's just because it's there, because it's fans, because we know people are gonna run it. Like, all respect, I love this song, "To Life," Luther with Kendrick and SZA. I love that song a lot. And I think because the number one reason is because of the Lil Luther sample. I love that song. So it's like, do you appreciate the originality, or am I appreciating the copy paste? Like, what is it? And that's how I feel about all art. It's like, as a fan, what am I supposed to walk away with knowing or appreciating? Like
that, this new
like
thing,
a copy paste, or
is it gonna make me want to go back and listen to some more Luther Vandross?
Right. And that goes for movies or whatever. It makes me think of, especially with movies too, because a lot of times with movies, they'll do like a cast or a character's kids, or like it makes me think of like a Raven's Home or something like that. Like their kids are now psychic, or somebody's kids is doing something.
That's a cop
and
out, bro. I just feel like it's such a cop out.
It is.
Like I just feel like I don't know. It's just so like we have this original idea. Oh, okay. Oh, let's just make it their kids. We want to see them as adults. Like we want to see Full House and then Fuller House. It's you know what I'm saying? I guess the kids go through something different now in their day and age. But like it's a cop out.
But here's the thing, and again, when we talk about nostalgia, I'm a nostalgia person, so I'm gonna say these things a lot. There used to be a point in time in television where shows would close, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in certain television shows, you would have this mouth-dropping ending, and that's it. And I don't have to see part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. I don't have to see their kids and their kids. Back then, like a lot of shows, like A Girlfriend or like A One-on-One or like whatever the shows back then was, it just would end. And you would have to imagine on your own, oh, dang, that cast member is pregnant. Okay, that's the end of the show. Oh, I wonder if they're going to keep the baby. Oh, if they keep the baby, da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to see the whole bloodline. To take away the mysterious, like the mystique of what to me television, music, movies, art is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're not only talking about money. We're not only talking about Hollywood not wanting to grow. We're talking still now about the mystique of what imagination is supposed to be.
Right. Let me draw my own conclusions about what happens to this family 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now, because I'm into Full House, now you're like, oh, let me drop Fuller House. Don't you want to know what DJ's gonna be like when she grew up and she's 30?
And her kids.
And Stephanie and Michelle, she wasn't on the show, but don't you want you want to know here.
Right.
Here's how they do their kids, right? It's just kind of like, don't get me wrong. It's an interesting dynamic.
It is.
And how people go about these reboots, remakes, and kind of like interpolations, if you're talking about music, how people go about it can be very creative.
Right.
But also how people go about it can be very, very, poor.
Yeah.
Poor. I think a poor example, we're going to call them out right now. What was this? Is this Coming to America 2? Like, It just kind of like, the biggest money grab, the biggest unnecessary film, and it follows the same footsteps. It's always somebody's kid. It's always their kid. I'm scared for Shrek 5. It's always their kid. It is always their kid trying to be different or trying to be like them. It's the same story every time.
And to me, it gets sloppy because after a certain point, I don't want to see Shrek 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As an audience member, I don't want to go to the theater. I don't want to pop whatever. I'm here to see Shrek 10. Like that is
something's got to end.
To the production and again, it's just honesty here because to me it's about how we take art in. What are we doing that's different?
Yeah.
How are we changing it up? And then it also brings the question down the line when we get there. Is it? Like, is this the only way? Is there no new art? Is this the last chance or the last spectrum, the last generation? Or can it evolve? Can art is this the best that it can be right now? And we don't have to answer that right now. We can ponder that and we could save that and hold that. But that's a question to you guys. Do you feel like where we are now in the space of art and the space of creativity, this is the best that's yet to come?
I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential, but it's in danger.
Mm.
I feel like it's a little bit in danger. Only because of everybody's in their safety zone. Everybody's in their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. We already have them like used to making a certain amount of money on reboots and remakes. Mm-hmm. And like I'm saying, we already have that. Oh my gosh, it's just so many. That's a whole other topic. I'm about to go down a whole other tangent. But I just feel like it's in danger because, like I said, we already have studios used to what they want. Mm-hmm. Now we have AI. right? We have Chat GPT. We have like kind of like people are having their original ideas and it's getting kind of like I'm on both sides. It's getting adjusted, but it's also getting twisted because your original idea, you might give it a chat and you're like, oh, try it this way. It's your original idea. It's getting diluted, but it's getting, maybe it might get adjusted, right? We have that realm. We have that coming, right? As I feel like we're truly not far from getting a TV show completely written by AI. Like, no humans involved. Exactly. We're not that far.
No.
We have the studios, we have AI, and then we just have fear. Because there's so many original ideas and films and music and everything that if it's not in comparison to something else, it's getting cut. How many Netflix original series, HBO original series, Hulu original series get cut after a few seasons? Maybe after just one, because it is not pulling in money like the others. I truly, wholeheartedly think about On My Block and Stranger Things. That was they were peak at the same time, but because Stranger Things was pulling in more of a certain audience, we're not going to say who, pulling in more of a certain audience, as opposed to On My Block, which had a very good audience, but it was more core, more grounded. Netflix like, oh, one of these shows gotta get cut. I'm not even gonna lie. Way too much money, and we're not getting much of return on investment. Basically like that. I feel like original ideas are in danger. They are still out there. It's just in danger for sure.
And also with that, two things. With the first thing I want to say, I want to comment on what you said. It also is on us, the audience, too.
Yes.
The reason why a lot of things are getting canceled, when these new original ideas, concepts, movies, music comes to light, it's on us. We are screaming that we want these new concepts and ideas, but yet we still, i.e. a lot of people, and me included, is still stuck in this nostalgia, route. And if we want these said new movies, new concepts, when they come out, we have to watch them. We have to. That's how they don't get canceled. It's not only you have to watch them. You have to share it. You have to tell people and push it. That's the only way it's going to get greenlit even more. You have to continue to watch it and show up and support it.
Yes.
If you don't, it's going to fall through the cracks. I can think of so many shows right now, so many movies right now that it was the latest movie that with Halle Bailey. She was working on a movie project and she was really, really excited about it, and it got canceled, it got cut. For reasons that we don't know, but that just continues to, it's make my brain spin and ponder. So it's also on us to watch these things. We want these things, but we have to watch these things.
We have to really support them because they just see numbers.
Yeah.
You can complain to your friends all you want. You might go on Twitter like, yo, why is Star canceled?
Oh, why'd you say that?
You were like, yo, why is Star canceled? Because it wasn't in pulling numbers like Empire.
Everybody watched Empire, and Empire wasn't half as good what Star was.
Like,
to me personally, and I know a lot of people felt that way.
But I agree, but obviously, what was it? CW, right? Obviously, the CW execs seeing numbers. Lee Daniels seeing numbers was like, all right, this is the cost of this show. This cost of this show. Queen Latifah contract kind of fat. We got to figure this out. What we doing? The numbers ain't. It ain't Empire. Something gotta go. We ended this after season whatever, 4 or 5, whatever. Like, it's all like it's all budgetary. It's all money.
It is. It's all money, and also with that, it's also comfortability, like you said. Also, we've been having the same producers, same execs, same production teams. It was a point in time when there was, your Spike Lees, your Forrest Whitaker, your Ryan Cooglers, who were these new, fresh, green, people who people wanted that. People wanted new ideas. People wanted new, fresh ideas to come to light. And where is our people? We can't continue to still stay stuck in the same bubble. And I know people are giving other people opportunity. But it can't, to me, I know there's such a thin line of Hollywood and independent artists, but somewhere, obviously, those cross paths. So I believe that Hollywood continue to need to have things in place for independent artists, for people who want to bring forth these original ideas. Because if not, Hollywood is going to do what Hollywood does. And at the end of it, we're going to have our Oscars. We're going to have our, whatever. We're going to dress up and wear the carpets and the wildest movie I've seen that was original was Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. That was the most wildest movie I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And was it my personal favorite? No, but was it something new? Yes.
And it was awarded thoroughly.
As it should.
You know what I'm saying?
And it don't have to be like that type of concept, but it should be something new, something bright, something just here. And that doesn't work if we don't give people opportunity, if we see people the same way, and that means skin color, that means gender, that means money, stature, status, that means everything. And I think the number one thing we have to continue to do is talk about it, but how can we put it forth action? How can we see ourselves? That's the biggest thing I feel like we always talk about. We don't see enough of ourselves. We don't see enough
on the screen or like somewhere you represented as.
Represented and we don't see enough of, our people that we, I
don't want to cut you off.
No.
I just had a really, speaking of that, for the sake of representation, I want to speak for the Black delegation right now. We do not need some characters that was... Now, this is controversial. Feel free to chime in. Because I think I know what you think.
Yeah.
But I feel we don't need characters... I'm talking about comic book movies. But characters that are, white to now be... Oh, yeah, let's just make them black for the sake of diversity. I don't need a black Superman. Give me another superhero that's unrepresented, that's already black in the comics. Make them lit. Iron Man was not a lit superhero in the comics.
No.
At all.
No.
The movies made him lit and now he's up now. So literally, I just feel like don't, just for the sake of just being, inclusive. So, don't try to do that. Now, I feel like on the flip side, I feel like you may speak about the Little Mermaid. I just felt that in my head.
To be honest, I like what you said because I don't want people appeasing my community. I don't want you to be like, here. No, we want to be in the rooms. We want to have new concepts and ideas. I don't want you to just give me... Yeah. Listen, though we love, a lot of these, how the Little Mermaid, and it was a black woman and it was amazing and it was a movement. We also need to see the reinforcements of things that were already black. And how can we, not remake those, but how can we turn those into another idea? Mm-hmm. How can we do another Princess and the Frog, but a whole different situation? It don't have to be just slap a black person on it.
Yeah, I just feel just give us original. You don't gotta make a character black just to appease a certain audience.
No.
Don't need a black Superman. We need a black original character. Give me Static Shock. Give me that in live action. Or something like that. I don't... You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But... I don't even know how we got to this topic. But literally... I'm going to ask you what you asked me. Do you feel like creatively this is the best we're going to get?
No. I hope not. I feel like... we're, like you said, we are in danger, but I feel like we're stuck in this forever rut. It's going to take someone to break that mold and I don't know who's it going to be. I don't know whether it's going to be a young person, an older person. I don't know, but I don't think this is the best that we've been. I think this is actually low-key the worst we've been.
Worst creative.
Because it's nothing but remakes and reboots and 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s and 7s and 8s.
And it's just all they kids.
Right. And I think it is important that... See, the thing about nostalgia is it's important to look back but not remake. And it's important to look back to see what was successful and what didn't work. So for me, like I said earlier, to me, a lot of shows were very successful. People still talk about it to this day. It's because they didn't have reboots. Now they're talking about reboots, but it ended because it was just that. It was the imagination to let it flow and to let it go. So for me, I feel like a lot of execs, producers, the big wigs need to look back, but don't remake. See what worked, see what didn't. You don't have to remake everything.
No, you don't, bro.
We really don't. We're about to have a Stitch remake. A Stitch live action movie, which I'm kind of excited about. I really wasn't, but now I am. After that, don't do anything else with Stitch. We're good.
It's like the 8th Disney live action joint.
And I don't even know how I feel about that because it just...
No, I ain't gonna lie, but some of them have been like hidden. Some
it's
of them
cool,
right? Beauty and the Beast. You got that's probably it.
We have The Lion King.
Nah, it wasn't that good, bro.
Oh, what? Again, perception. Perceived it not to be good, but some people really like the CGI elements and the Sonic and everything else. The elements are cool. The fact that people are able to do these things with animation and bring them to life is dope, but it's still the same story.
Yeah.
Like,
I just feel like we're gonna be stuck like 10 years from now. Cause what are people gonna have to look back on from right now? Not 10, maybe give us like 30. It's like because everything is just like not original, just like a kind of spin-off or a reboot.
Yeah.
So 30 years from now, you know what I'm saying, 2055, what they gonna look at? They're gonna be like,
they're gonna be disappointed.
It's like what will they spin off that? Is it gonna be another reboot? Or it's not like we need more original Jones. Like
really random thought.
Yeah.
I remember you showed me something a while back and I really liked it and it made me want the idea it should be produced more. It was like all these Disney princesses, all of them, and they were like in one room and they were
Wreck-It Ralph.
Is that Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, Excuse me, Wreck-It Ralph. I've never seen that movie, but it was a particular scene where all the Disney princesses were in the room. They were like doing normal girl stuff, and it was really weird to see, but really interesting to see and really fun to see. And I've never seen anything like that, and I would want to see something like that more. If we're gonna do the princesses copy and paste over, let's do it different. Let's have them in different rooms. Let's switch it up. Let's not make them all be in dresses and dance and talk to animals. Let's just make it different, I guess. Is what I'm saying. So that's another, I guess, aspect of
just like from a different lens or different lens.
Right.
I feel like they should like just overcome the fear of just trying something new, throwing something against the wall, seeing if it stick. Like you know what I'm saying? Just like being original. You know, all right. I know this worked. I'm gonna try this though, and maybe this works way better than what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we can have another, like, how would you feel if Stephenie Meyer, writer of Twilight, right? She's the author. I believe so. Yeah. How would you feel if Stephenie Meyer greenlit a Twilight reboot, recast, everything like that? Completely different for a brand new audience.
Are you asking me personally?
Yeah.
Okay. My straight up answer in my mind, because I love nostalgia, in my mind, my eyes light up, right? But in reality, I don't want that. Mm-hmm. I don't want it because of how the movie ended, how when they made the baby, Renesmee, if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to then see I don't want to see the little girl become a big girl and I don't care to see that because at that time when I was that age, I was a fan of who I was a fan of and I grew out of it. I still love him. I still appreciate it. But I don't want to see another remake. I want to see something new. I want to see something fresh.
Give me a whole new... Give me like, not even like, forget the Twilight world. If you want to get that niche, I don't know, bro. Just give me like, I don't know, just complete werewolves.
And you know what? I've seen people do that a little bit. I've seen people do that but it doesn't last. It doesn't stick. I've seen the vampire shows and how they remake vampire shows. I can't think of a show right now. It's a show in my mind. I can't think of what it's called, but it's something vampire. And it didn't last because people are not gravitating towards it.
You're just scared. It's the fear, bro. Just like, all right, man. I'm going to just stick with what I know. How many people got a comfort show? How many people got a comfort movie? Like, you want to stick with what you know instead of going, let me go watch a new film.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you do, but 7 times out of 10, you're going to watch something you watched already.
Yeah.
So you know what to expect.
Exactly. I just want to, like, pick our brains. Like, actually, we actually already picked it. Like, actually, we already talked about it. But I guess, can we get the message further to people, fans, audiences? I don't know. Like, how can we help ourselves out of that rut? Like, we talked about it, stepping outside of the box, but what is something I think as an audience member that we can do? How can do we watch new movies? Do we, challenge ourselves? Are we leaving reviews? Do we make certain pitches? How do we get these messages across to people? What do independent artists have to do? I don't know.
I think the biggest thing you have to do is make your art. No matter what level you are at. Mm-hmm. Like, you can be a music artist on SoundCloud, completely original. You don't sound like nobody else. And at first, people will be scared of that because they're like, oh, nah, I want you to sound like Tyga or something stupid like that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, just make your art and like, that audience will eventually gravitate towards you. It's going to be different. It's going to be not what they used to. It's not going to sound like or look like the things that's worked in the past. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing is just encouragement to just do it, make your art, and just kind of like let the chips fall where they may. People will catch on later. They're not going to catch on now. They're going to catch on later for sure.
Yeah. There's a great quote out there that says, let the world catch up to you. And, it's basically what you just said. Like, you don't have to stoop down to what the appeal, or you don't have to do another remake, reboot, sample, all of that stuff. Just do what you have to do, and let the world just catch up to you. And trust me, they will. There's been a lot of artists, there's been a lot of filmmakers who do really different art or original art, and people are like, what's this? And they eventually come around. And you will build a fan, you will build an authentic fan base. Also, authenticity. When I think about originality, I think about authenticity, and a lot of these movies, a lot of music don't have that authentic vibe to it. You can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it. So if you're an artist who are creating art, just continue just to let your authenticity pour out into it.
For sure. I think that was cool. I think we really did that really succinctly.
I did too. We was definitely passionate about that.
No, because it's just not enough like original stuff out there. It was just so crazy because I know that these original ideas are getting pitched. I know that there's people trying to be in these writing rooms trying to give original ideas, but they're getting shot down because all the studio really cares about is money, or the music recording artist is like, it's a little bit too experimental. They'll say, let's just stick with what this sound, let's stick with what this is. Mm-hmm. So I know there's people really trying to pitch these ideas or do new things, but it's just the powers that be are not trying to let it rock. So I think, we definitely had a little bit of passion in here, but like it's frustrating.
It is. And it has to be talked about more, because I feel like a lot of people want to like pat, people on their shoulder, or like say, good job, oh, the movie's great. And sometimes you just need people to go, we need a new idea. We need something new. This is boring.
Something
we're tired.
New, fresh, original.
Exactly. Exactly. We need it.
Something's never been done before.
We need it. And that honesty is important. That honesty is the number one to me. I think trait when it comes to art and making art is honesty within yourself, and then with the world. So we did that.
That's cool. Okay.
So to close, should we do our our final five? And if you're not familiar with our final five, is when we say 5 things that's either covering our topic or just about art in general, life in general, something to leave you guys with. And
okay.
You want to go first? Okay.
Yeah. My final 5 basically covers this whole episode succinctly. That's my word today.
I love it.
Originality and authenticity outweighs nostalgia.
Oh, you really...
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of letters in there, but it's still 5 words.
But it's very deep.
Because it's really true, because at the end of the day, everything that's a reboot, remake, spoof, parody, inspired by...
Right.
There was original from years back. Like somebody before we had Shrek 5, we had Shrek 1. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Someone dared to be different and let's put this on the board, let's make this. We don't know what our return's gonna be like. We don't know what the money's gonna look like. We don't know how the box office is gonna be.
Right.
We don't know the sales of the song's gonna be. There was an original way back when, and someone tried. And look, it was so successful that now in 2025 there's spinoffs, there's reboots, remakes. Now we just need a new cycle of that stuff. Somebody just needs to
shake it up
and dare to be different and like put something new out there.
That's
so 20 years from now, there gonna be reboots, remakes. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Nothing's new under the sun, but we need some new stuff right now. I ain't gonna lie.
You're right. I love that. And it, like, absolutely, like you said, it said everything that we've been saying. My final 5, it is life's a gift, open it.
Okay.
And that can mean a lot for a lot of different things, but specifically what we're basically saying and what that says to me pertaining to this episode, tap into something different. Open a different box. We've been opening the same boxes for like so many decades, and there's so much world, there's so much life, there's so much light perspectives. There's an episode, we speak about introvert and extrovert and the different perspectives. Tap into those different perspectives, and we gotta do something different. So life's a gift. It's so much world out there, so much life, conflict, resolution, love. Figure it out. Whatever it is, the music, the movies, the art, figure what that is and tap into that and open up a different box, because life's full of many different boxes and everything. So
truly is, for sure. Truly is.
So we ate that up. We did that episode really well, and we hope you received this episode like we did. We spoke very passionately about
let us know
this.
you feel the same convictions about some of this stuff.
I know there's a lot of people out there, some people out there who has to, because we see it. I know there's a lot of people who sees what we see. So if you agree, let us know in the comments below. If you want to have a discussion, let us know. Comment some things. Make sure you're liking this video, you're subscribing, you're sharing with your friends, your cousins, your brothers, everybody, your whole family. All of them, anybody. And once again, this is For Creatives by Creatives, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.